Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the SoFlo Soccer channel. My name is Matt, and muchachos, today we are back with another live stream. Happy June to everybody. We started the month of June. We started what also is the transfer window before the Club World Cup. We're going to be talking about a lot of things today. We have Brian Rodriguez, potential transfers coming into Inter Miami, what to expect for the Club World Cup, and honestly, whatever else you guys want to talk about. I'm very excited. I'm personally very excited. I know I'm still honestly buzzing from the 5-1 thrashing that we gave Columbus the other day to end off the month of May. And it was honestly a great way to not only end the month, but to kind of end our MLS, I guess, fixture schedule. And now proceed and transition into Club World Cup, where we're going to be playing Al Ahly, Porto, and Palmeiras for the group stage. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy because we saw a 5-1 victory from Columbus. We saw a 5-0 victory in the Champions League final. And then we saw, I think it was a 5-0 victory for Cruz Azul against Vancouver. I think Cruz Azul beat Vancouver 5-0. I'm going to double check that. But everybody just wanted to score 5 goals over the weekend, which we're not complaining. It was 5-0. Cruz Azul beat Vancouver in the CONCACAF Champions Cup final 5-0. Hernan Kat, I think that's how you say it, is in the chat going woohoo. Vice Rosa saying Vancouver suffered the Messi curse, losing the same way as Inter Milan. Yeah, no, it was insane. It's pretty crazy how this weekend turned out for that. I mean, like I said, 5-0 Champions League, 5-1 Inter Miami beat Columbus, and then 5-0 Cruz Azul beats Vancouver in the CONCACAF Champions Cup final. That's pretty embarrassing, to be honest, in the final for both Champions Leagues to lose to another team 5-0. But I mean, hey, I digress. We move on. It doesn't matter. We're not in the competition, and it doesn't affect us anymore. Now we got to focus on Club World Cup. Now after this, we're going to be focusing on Leagues Cup as well. Let's talk about Brian Rodriguez. I think we should start off this conversation with Brian Rodriguez, and all of the rumors that have been surrounding him, and what seems to be just a very, very likely transfer. So Inter Miami supposedly have expressed their interest in signing Club America winger Brian Rodriguez for ahead of the 2025 World Cup, possibly on a loan, but we're going to get to that in a second. As you guys know, there's going to be this special transfer window between now. It started yesterday because today's June 1st. It started yesterday, or today's June 2nd. It started yesterday, June 1st, until the 10th for teams that are participating in the Club World Cup. They're able to sign players up until then, before it starts on June 14th. For MLS, for us, we still have to abide by our own rules and stuff like that, like the salary cap, squad registration limits, etc., etc. So when we do have to make signings, or whatever signings we do end up making, we still have to make sure they fall under our registration rules for MLS. And after we beat Columbus, and after we beat Montreal, and we tied to Philly, we I guess Mascherano they approached the Mas brothers, they approached the board, and he was like, yo, we need to sign some players. We got to sign some players, some wingers. I think he said he wanted specifically wingers because they've been severely lacking in that department. And the board was like, okay, we're going to try to look for somebody. And that somebody is Brian Rodriguez. Now that we don't have Taylor, now that we don't have Gressel, now that we only have Fafa, we have, I guess, Ashende, who can play on the wing. We have Segovia, who plays on the wing but comes in centrally. We have Leo Afonso, who can play on the wing, but he doesn't really play. And then that's essentially it. So, and Fafa and David Ruiz were both told not to essentially represent their national teams for the Gold Cup, so that Inter Miami can compete in Club World Cup. And both players said yes. So I'm like, okay. So they really want to take this seriously. So we're lacking depth in the wing. And there's very, very, very heavy links with this guy, Brian Rodriguez. Ruben says, did you move this ahead? I swear it said 7 p.m. Yes, I accidentally put 7 p.m. I switched it I switched it as soon as I put 7. I updated it to 6 on accident. Um, I would raise, what is it? I would raise hopes Miami will, oh, I would raise hopes Miami lose every game during CWC. He had talks with the Uruguay coach and Suarez about coming to Miami. However, Brian has a main priority going to Spain. Exactly. So, like what Vice Rosa says, well, first of all, Brian has always, not, I don't want to say always wanted, but like I low key have a feeling that he always wanted to leave Club America. He was rumored to leave the club like last year. He wanted to go back to Uruguay. He was gonna go. I think it was Corinthians or some Brazilian club, and that ended up not going or not working out because what I assume and what I've read is that the deal that was supposed to happen, I think he was valued at 7 million. I'm pretty sure he's still valued at 7 million. The deal that was supposed to happen was supposed to be like a loan move to wherever club he wanted to go, and then they were supposed to buy him later. And then they were like, no, like we're not loaning you out. Like, why would we ever loan you out? Like, why are we gonna lend you to somebody when we can just keep you and you could just you're gonna get playing time here anyway. So that was off the table. And now he's saying like what Vice Rosa says, he really wants to go to Europe. Obviously, every player wants to go to Europe because it's the best continent essentially to play football. And apparently he's linked with a Spanish team. Apparently he's linked with Fiorentina. Um, and he did have, way back when, he did have a loan spell at Almeria. He played there for a season on loan, which I don't think he did the best. I think he played 16 games, had an assist. So he does have a little bit of European experience. But honestly, if Inter Miami come knocking at your door and it's Messi and it's Suarez, being a huge Uruguayan figure, probably the best international or the best Uruguayan player in their history, when you're calling him and he's telling you how great the club is and how everybody's wonderful and the environment's wonderful and the team is good this and the team is that, and then you're playing alongside Messi, who's playing essentially every single game, you're going to want to go to Inter Miami and you're going to want to play in the MLS, even if it is for one season, maybe 2 seasons, at least until Messi leaves and Suarez leave, and then you'll probably move to Europe. Casar says Mascherano's still the head coach. Yes, sir. Miami have 8 days to sign someone. All the dumb MLS rules and also the visa waivers. Yeah, we have to work around all of that. To be honest, I feel like Mascherano isn't going to sign people. He is stubborn like Sorensen and will think that players like Lujan is CWC worthy. So I disagree because Mascherano came. Maybe he did this to kind of wipe his hands clean. Mascherano said that he brought it to the board's attention that he wanted to bring in players, like I said before, because we're lacking depth in the wing position. Brian Rodriguez is a winger. He can play in the center forward positions as well. I have stats up or pulled up for him according to Transfer Market. So, I mean, like this here, let me show you guys this. But essentially, he's played here. Before I continue, let me make sure this is actually working because it's not letting me share the screen. There we go. Okay, so if you look here, Brian Rodriguez, he has played 25 games as the left wing. He's played 25 as the left wing, 2 as a left mid, and then 1 as a cam. So he's primarily played as a left wing. I think this is overall, or this is this season, I'm pretty sure. Okay, that can't add up. Okay, so we're just going to ignore it. We'll just say he primarily plays on the left wing. In total, this season, he's played 34 games. This is including 4 CONCACAF Champions Cup games. He scored 10 goals, got 9 assists, 19 goal contributions in over 30 games. Only 2 yellow cards. He played about 2,200 minutes, which I believe is pretty good. There was also a period where, he missed out on a couple of games. He was also injured towards the end of the season, which for some reason it's not showing here, or maybe they didn't have it. I think it was around like at the end in the clausura, he got injured. So he had to miss. I think he missed out on the clausura game. Or no, I think he came in the last minutes. I don't know, something like that. But anyway, but that's where they're looking at Brian Rodriguez. He is one of the better players in America. And honestly speaking, I'm looking at this signing and it's like, or I'm looking at this player. I'm obviously not too familiar with the American or the America team. I'm not too familiar with the league itself. But from what I've seen, from what I'm looking at, from what I've seen, from what I've read, this guy looks like a pretty solid player. This guy looks like a very quick player, a very energetic player. This is a guy that like can run up and down the field and definitely can play the 90 minutes. From what I'm seeing, he's definitely been playing full 90-minute games for the majority of the time, and he loves to perform. He likes, apparently, I was told, inside source, by the way, shout out to EJ Torres. He was telling me he likes to take on like one-on-ones. He likes to run around. So it'd be interesting to see him on the wing. The problem is like, well, if you're gonna bring him in, if you're gonna bring in Ryan Rodriguez, you're not gonna bench Brian Rodriguez. You're gonna play him. You're probably gonna even start. You're gonna start him, and you're probably gonna play him for the full 90 minutes. So at that point, it's like, who do you bench? Who do you bench for Brian Rodriguez? Do you bench Allende? Do you bench Velasco Segovia, who's trying to find his form? Allende's been better in the last couple of games, to be honest, scoring, and honestly, I think he's massively improved in terms of finding his form and things like that. So I don't think you could bench Allende. Do you bench Segovia? Do you bench Suarez? Like these are, which I don't think is ever going to happen, but like these are kind of questions that we have to ask ourselves, because at the end of the day, the Barca guys are going to play no matter what, unless they choose not to play, unless the Barca boys themselves choose not to play. And then it doesn't make sense if you were to bring in somebody. Let's even say like you bring him in on loan. You're gonna take up salary space. You're gonna take up whatever money, and then you're just gonna ride the bench. It doesn't make any sense. And there's no way that Brian's gonna do that. Brian's not gonna come to Inter Miami to sit on the bench. And if you pay, like, let's say 7 million, if you pay $7 million for Brian, like you're gonna want to play him every single fucking game. And he can't be a Toto Aviles. He can't be a Redondo where like he just rides the bench. You can't do that. You can't do that. So it's gonna be interesting to see what Inter Miami is gonna do if they're gonna bring in Brian Rodriguez. Like I said, he did multiple interviews before he denied the Inter Miami interest. Now that they lost the Club World Cup qualifying game against what was it, LAFC or something? Yeah, LAFC. Now that they lost that game, now he was like, "Oh yeah, Inter Miami's been like interested in me for a couple weeks now. I'm talking to Luis Suarez." I'm like, dude, all right, bro. But anyway, Ruben says clubs in the Club World Cup don't have to release players for NT, so Fafa didn't for national team. So Fafa didn't have much option anyway. Oh, really? I thought it was just them making that decision, like the players making that decision. So is Brian like more of an agile Suarez? I guess you could say it like that. How tall is this guy? I think he's one. What the fuck is that in inches and bro? Like, give me feet. He's 5'7", so he's pretty short. Um, so I wouldn't say like Suarez, because Suarez I think is like 6 foot. Um, but you could say that he is agile. He is very agile. He likes to play make. I think like he likes to be a little bit of a creator. Like I said, he has 9 goal. I think he has nine. What did I say? 9 goal contributions. And most of them were in the league. I'm gonna pull those stats back up for you guys. Um, yeah, he had 19 or 19. Did I say 9? 19 goal contributions in about 30 games. Which is fantastic, to be honest. For a winger especially, I think it's very, very good. Any striker is likely to be more agile than Suarez, says Francisco. Just saying that because he is from Uruguay and never seen his play style, so maybe he is inspired by El Pistolero. Probably, like most people are. But he's not a forward, like he's not a striker, apparently. Like he'll play cam, like he can play cam, and he primarily plays on the wing. Um, I just don't like if he were to come to Inter Miami, I don't think he'll be playing striker, because there's no way that Suarez gets benched, unless the only reason why Suarez doesn't play would be be because he gets injured, or shit like that. So I got the feeling that Miami is looking to get some America players. Well, Brian is an America player. Honestly, I don't think that the coach hires. That the coach hires. You don't think that the coach hires? He may make suggestions. Oh, but he's not signing the checks and going by comments Mascherano made. I don't think he wanted them to sell Taylor. Yo, no, well, obviously the manager doesn't decide who to bring in. Essentially, the manager doesn't be like, it's not like in fucking career mode, like on FIFA or something, like where you can just like sign whoever you want. The manager brings it up to the board, and then the board takes it under consideration, and they try their best to make it happen. And then if it doesn't happen, they go to the next player, and it's a whole thing. The manager has preferences. You base it off what the manager wants. So, I mean, I'm sure Mascherano said that he didn't give any specific names, but I'm pretty sure that he gave specific names, or at least he relied on the scouts to kind of, or he looked over footage of whatever that scouts brought him or something. It is what it is. He's 5'9". So why does it say here he's 5'7"? I'm literally looking at it. It says he's 5'7". God damn it, guys. Everything is just wrong. Everything is just wrong. But anyway, this is what he said. I was reading this article on his comments, and here, let me share it with you guys. Bang. It says here, nowadays my mind is set for Europe. Obviously, I'm working hard, knowing it's not impossible, looking like Maxi Araujo in the Mexican League and whatever. Clearly, I believe the best soccer is in Europe. It's where everyone wants to go, where everyone wants to be. But today, I feel very confident I can go showcase all my quality and effort I'm putting in at America and win the national team. And then, oh my God, where's that one comment that he made about Suarez? Was it not this article? Yeah. So it says Rodriguez admitted he's weighing multiple options, including a potential move to Europe. He called the potential to play with Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez in the MLS a big dream. There's a possibility of going to Spain. That would be my preference. But on the other hand, alongside playing with Suarez and Messi, that carries a lot of weight and a big dream. He added that he will speak to Marcelo Bielsa before making any decisions. I've spoken with Bielsa before when there was a big move, when there was a possible move to Fiorentina. He even talked to the club back then. I'd like to hear what he thinks now. So it's a big decision for him. I don't think he's not going to be staying in Club America much longer. I just don't think he'll come knowing that, one, he'll be on the bench. Two, if it's on loan. Like if he's coming on a loan, like I just don't see a loan deal happening. Like I see us like splashing 7 mil to sign this guy, and then either starting him on the wing or potentially just starting him over Suarez, because like I said, unless Mascherano just grows the balls or does like actual rotation, there's no way he's going to bench Suarez. But that's just me. I don't know. But you guys let me know in the comments. If you're watching this after the stream, you let me know in the comments down below. What do you think about Ryan Rodriguez? Do you know anything about him? Do you want him to come to Inter Miami? Should Inter Miami be signing anybody else? And we'll move on from that. Club World Cup. Let's talk about Club World Cup a little bit. And in terms of our opponents, who they are, our chances, our expectations, etc., etc., etc. We're playing 3 teams in the group stage. Al Ahly from Egypt, the best team in Egypt. Porto, one of the best teams in Portugal. And Palmeiras, one of the best teams in Brazil. This is going to be fucking hard, guys. I'm just going to be for real. This is going to be hard, but listen. Like I said before, like I said in the beginning of the stream, I'm in a very, very positive mood. I liked the last 3 game stretch that we had against Philly, against Montreal, and against Columbus. Obviously, Columbus being the biggest one, the biggest factor. Playing against a Columbus team, being one of the better teams in the MLS, even though they did suffer from some injuries, we were just completely dominant from beginning to end. I don't know what the hell that was. From beginning to end. And Um, that momentum, that energy, that motivation, just the way we played in these last couple of games, that if that transfers over to the Club World Cup, I think we'll be in pretty good shape. Maybe I'm not saying that we're gonna get out of the group stage. I'm not saying that we're gonna destroy Porto, destroy Palmeiras, destroy Al Ahly or whatever. I'm not saying any of that. My expectations for the Club World Cup are still very low, but I'm still hoping for the best, and I'm still wanting Inter Miami to compete in this tournament in as best as they possibly can, in the best possible manner, and do the best they can to at least make it out the group stage. I think making it out the group stage should be a fantastic achievement for them, and it would be a huge deal for the club, and it would really put MLS on the map. It would really pay make people pay more attention to us, and just draw out just give us more attention, bring more attention to us. Um, we need a dark horse. We are. I feel like we don't need a dark horse. Like, what do you mean? Like a player, a dark horse player? Please release Suarez and sign anyone. He sucks. Okay. Um, if last night's Golden Cup final is any indication, the MLS is not ready to compete with international teams. Listen. Um, yes, that wasn't pretty embarrassing from Vancouver. But I'm telling you right now, if we were to play Cruz Azul, we were not gonna lose 5-0. I'm telling you that right now, bro. There was no way in hell we were gonna lose 5-0 to Cruz Azul. I'm just saying, bro, Pablo. And that's respectfully. Um, we shouldn't even have lost to Vancouver, but we gave up so quickly. And I think if we would have played Vancouver now, we definitely would have beat them, 100%. So it's just it all depends on it's all timing. It's all timing. We were in a very bad state a month ago, 2 months ago, and now we are getting out of that bad habit. We're playing more aggressively. We're playing like protagonists. What Mascherano likes to say, we're changing the dynamic. We're having a more positive dynamic now, and it's looking pretty good for us going into the Club World Cup. Um, I don't know how you guys. So I'm gonna ask you guys now because I told you what I think. I'm gonna ask you guys, what is your expectation, or matter of fact, what do you hope to get out of Club World Cup from Inter Miami? I don't want you to say, "Oh, we're gonna get destroyed by every team." I'm saying, like, what do you expect Inter Miami to do? What do you want to see Inter Miami do in terms of performances? Not just purely results. Don't purely focus on results. Like, do you want to see us play more possession? Do you want to see us play more defensive? Do you want us to, um, do you want us to play more attacking, be the protagonist, and continue the play style that we've had the last two games? Should we bring that into Club World Cup? Things like that. Who do you want to see play? What kind of format? Like, you know what I'm saying? Things like that. Because, like I said, I'm not expecting to make it out the group stage. If we can, that's a fantastic. Um, I have zero expectations. So whatever happens is what happens. What I want to see is a very competitive Inter Miami team play against some of the best teams in the world, because we're here because FIFA, excuse me, we're in this position because FIFA thinks that we're the best team in the MLS, or we were the best team in the MLS last year, which honestly was true. We didn't win MLS Cup, but we were technically the best team. Um, so we got in by pure luck, to be honest. Um, and we're literally going to be playing against some of the best clubs from across the world, and I think we should be able to compete against these guys. We would have to. Pablo's saying round of 16. Okay, that's very ambitious. But hey, I'm all for that, Pablo. I'm literally all for it. If that night before, what is it? If the night before that is any indication, it is. I'm not going to lie to you. No idea what that means. I'm not going to lie to you. But anyway, um, especially now with Messi, right? Like with Messi playing in the form and the way that he's playing, with Suarez getting his feet back together, like he's starting to score more goals. He's still continuously getting involved in play. I believe I was just reading something. I published something earlier on YouTube, um, under the community tab. about like Messi's contributions. I think it was 16 goals and assists. Yeah, Lionel Messi leads MLS in goal contributions this season, scoring 10 goals and recording 10 assists so far with the season, which is the most in the MLS. So Miami. Messi is still performing at a very top level. Suarez is still contributing and being involved in goals, whether he scores or not. He has been scoring, but even before that, he's been getting involved as much as he can. We we need to, and then with, like I said, with other players, with Tadeo Ashende has really been finding his form. We have Noah Allen, who just got like best player of whatever he got. What was it? The best player of or best young player of something. Let me fact check that. I think it was the best young player of, what was it? The CONCACAF Champions Cup. I think it was like best young player of the CONCACAF Champions Cup, which is so well deserved, absolutely well deserved. Um, We have who else? We have Bushi. We have Bright. We have Benja, who had a fantastic game last time out against Columbus. If these guys stay on top of their freaking game, and if Messi, being the leader that he is, can guide this team and continue to motivate these guys, then we're going to see proper football. We're going to see proper football. Chip says, I hope that we are competitive, and I think getting out of the group stage would be huge. I absolutely agree, Chip. I absolutely agree. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay. All I want from this CWC tournament is to just show that MLS can make it and Miami can potentially show it. It's just a matter of reaching beyond the group stage. Imagine Miami head to the quarterfinals. I like that ambition, and absolutely, this can definitely. I don't want to say this like ends the debate or anything like that, or debunks anything, but I definitely believe that with Inter Miami making it somewhat far or making a somewhat decent run in this tournament, it can definitely turn heads to the MLS for players, for managers, for teams, for the media, just for people in general to be like, oh, like look at Inter Miami beating the likes of Porto, beating Palmeiras, beating Al Ahly, beating whoever, and making it far. I'm just like it's because in football anything can happen. Anything can happen. Porto can complete. They could stay in Portugal. They can not show up and play the worst football we've ever seen. Al Ahly could play the worst football we've ever seen, which I highly doubt. Palmeiras, which I also highly doubt, would probably we could see Palmeiras have an off game and just not be able to finish. You just never know. Ruben says he wants to see one score. Two, press teams and don't look old and slow. Try to match the high pace of the rivals. I agree with that second bit as well. Three, be compact and defensively committed, but Messi and Suarez who don't have legs for that. Okay, I like the list. Honestly, I like it. We do have players who've won 3 Club World Cups. Really? I don't know. World Cup rankings. Palmeiras is 22nd. Porto's 47th. Al Ahly is 55, and Inter Miami is not even in the top 50. That's probably just because world ranking based on what? Like, what is this ranking based off of? Because this is probably, you have to also realize that Inter Miami is a new club. Like it's not like they've always been the best team in the MLS. Like they were just had one really good season last year, or that last year was our best season in our history, and we qualified for Club World Cup. So I don't, yeah, like I wouldn't expect us to be like up there with Porto and Palmeiras and whatnot. Like I wouldn't be like top 50, top 20 clubs in the world, but we're still up there. We're still there. Um, D McKenzie says we should press. I agree. I think genuinely how we played against Columbus with the high press, um, just nonstop like attacking football, like pure attacking football. I think we really overwhelmed Columbus and we really didn't give them time to recuperate, to settle, to find their shape. Like we didn't give them time on attacks. It's what and I think if we do that with Porto and Palmeiras, probably it would be a little more difficult, right? Because their standard and their level is a lot higher than ours. Um, But I think as long as we do that and not just simply just kind of sit back and because there's no way if we sit back and just start passing the ball around, there's no way that Palmeiras, Al-Ali, and Porto are just gonna let us sit there and pass the ball around. Like that's just not gonna happen. Like they're gonna get the ball, they're gonna counterattack, they're gonna play high intensity, quick, boom, 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 score. So Rick A says, no more young players. We need someone who is 27 to 30-year-old range, where they are not a project and they're proven not to be injury prone, but with a future. So you want a player in their prime. You want a player in their prime who's playing the best football possible, or the best football of their life, who's on top of their game. But who could Miami bring in their prime? I find it very difficult because who is this? Brian Rodriguez. I think he's 25. So Brian Rodriguez is approaching his prime years uh, as a footballer. I think between 26 to like 30 is like your prime, like or 25 to 30. I don't know. It kind of depends. But like between these years is kind of your prime. Um, when it comes to playing, who are in Miami going to attract in this range? Who doesn't want to go to like it? And I say that because it's like what Brian wants to do. Brian wants to go to Europe. So unless if they have the opportunity to go to Europe, if these players in their prime have the opportunity to go to Europe and play for clubs in Europe, they're gonna take that opportunity. 1,000% they're gonna take it. And if they go to Europe and they can't get playing time, they'll probably be loaned to Inter Miami and try to get playing time at Inter Miami. But there's no way they'll willingly go to Inter Miami if they have an offer in Europe waiting for them. There's no way that's gonna happen. At least I can't see that. I personally can't see that. Imagine Miami wins CWC. Not only will we get the gold patch on us, but we also get the prize money, which is like a fucking 100 million or some shit. Like it's a lot of money. I don't know what we're gonna do with all that money. We're not even able to use it, so I really don't know how that works. Probably we're just gonna put it into the stadium. Honestly, they should use that money to give their season ticket members like more benefits. I think that's a good idea. Messi, Bushi, and Alba 2009, 2011, and 2015. Really? Honestly, I had no idea. That's pretty cool. World rankings are a bit silly. Palmeiras at 22. I can name more than 22 teams that beat Palmeiras. Victor Osimhen, say less, bro. I actually have a list. I snatched a list from Transfer Market of all of the free agents or all of the players that are going to be free agents this summer. And there's a lot of big names. There's a lot of big names. I'll show it to you guys in a minute. We'll have some fun for like the next couple of minutes before we end the stream. It really depends on what the opponents like to play because with the crew that plays high line, we did pretty well in the low block to get them on the counter, says Ace Lionel. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting because dominant teams like Palmeiras, I think it's probably going to be the best game. It's going to be a sold out crowd in Palmeiras. Like with Palmeiras, like all the Brazilians, all the Spanish people, like everybody's going to be out and watching that game. I'm looking forward to that game the most. And I think I think that of the three games is like the one true test that Inter Miami have. If they want to win a game, or if there's a game that they should win or should want to win more than others, it's that game against Palmeiras because of the fact that it's the Brazilian league. And like we want to be in contention with um the Americas leagues, all the leagues in the Americas, the Argentina league, the Colombian league, the Brazilian league, the Mexican league, things like that. So I think that we should want to really beat Palmeiras. I believe that we are going to win against. I like it. I like that. I can't honestly. I can't wait to do. I mean, I can't really do a preview on that because it's like it's fucking Al Ali. I have no idea like who they are. I mean, like all I know is that they're from Egypt, and then they were the best team in Egypt or one of the best teams in Egypt. So it's gonna be interesting doing that preview. Uh, Inter Miami license plate for season ticket holders with that. No, seriously, I'm still waiting for my license plate. It's been like 5 years. It's been like 5 years. Is Mascherano in or out? Um, is Mascherano in or out? He's not going anywhere, bro. Mascherano's not going anywhere. He's gonna be staying. And I'm for it. You know what? Like, I was giving Mascherano a lot of stick. To be honest, well deserved stick because we were playing really bad the last 2 months. But that wasn't solely his fault. The players were also not in form, but at the same time, the players were also not in positions or weren't put in positions to succeed. I don't know. I don't want to go back to all that again. At the end of the day, Mascherano is not going anywhere. He has my back. He has my support. He always will. He always has. Just because I criticize him and stuff like that doesn't mean I don't support him and want him to do well and want the team to do well. Uh, but he's not going to go anywhere. He's here to stay, and he has my backing. And if you guys are enjoying it so far, enjoying the live stream, please hit that thumbs up. It helps me out a lot. It's completely free. It takes less than a second, and it's very greatly appreciated. Hey, Gustavo. Hope everything is well. Benjamin Frausto Vera. What a name, dude. Benjamin Frausto Vera says, Inter Miami is better prepared for the World Cup because everyone plays Miami with low block. But when Miami faces teams that play like equals, we always play good and even win most of the time. Okay. So you're saying that these teams like Palmeiras and Porto and Al Ahly are not going to be playing low blocks, and instead they're going to be playing more aggressive. Which, if that's the case, I like your thinking, because if that's the case, it's going to be true. Because I don't think, at least I don't know. I don't think like these guys are not going to be playing like how these MLS teams have been playing. Putting three guys on Messi, especially like with Porto. I don't think they're gonna put like three guys, or maybe they will. I have no idea. But with the low block or like playing very defensive, like park the bus and then counter attack, they're probably not gonna be playing like that. They're probably gonna be playing more aggressive, and it gives us, I guess, more of a fair opportunity or fair advantage to actually be competitive in the game. If Lujan is back and is not on the bench, we are cooked. That I can agree with. That I can absolutely agree with you on. If Lujan is back from his injury, which he will be probably by the time the Club World Cup starts, and he starts and doesn't at least sit the bench for one game, then there are problems. There are problems, and there are going to be words exchanged. Palmeiras transfer market. Palmeiras transfer market is 238.75 million euros. Why using euros? It's going to be tough for any MLS team to ever compete as long as there's a salary cap. Ruben, you never know, bro. In football, you never know. You can have the best team worth billions of dollars and still suck, aka Real Madrid. You can have Mbappe, Vinicius, Jude Bellingham, Rodrigo, Valverde, Courtois, Tchouameni, Camavinga, whoever else, Alaba. You can all those guys and still lose. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter. The salary, in my opinion, that doesn't matter. It's whoever shows up on the day. Yes, you'll have an advantage because you get to pay players more. You'll have higher, I guess, quality players because you can pay them more and things like that. But at the end of the day, it's whoever shows up on game day. It's whoever shows up on game day because your $238 million worth valued team may not show up that day. We're always one man down with Suarez, or when he plays or starts the game, please release him. He is a pure liability, says On East. I agree with you to an extent. I don't think we should release him. I just do think we should reduce the minutes a little bit. Him playing every single game 90 minutes. Honestly, him playing every single game 90 minutes really like impresses me in a way because he is 38 or whatever years old, and you would expect somebody like him and even Messi to not play as much. Like you would expect them to hit the bench a lot more often, but they don't. So honestly, as long as Suarez is playing in top form, And he doesn't look like, and he's not just kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Our opinions change. We all complain about Suarez until he scores. So, I mean, like at the end of the day, as long as he scores, I'm cool. Facundo Torres was Orlando's top DP, and he's the sixth most valuable player in Palmeiras on transfer market. Oof. Don Garber needs to either remove the cap or get out. It's the owners, not Gardner. It sucks we missed out on Angel Correa. There was no way Angel Correa was gonna come here, bro. There was no way. All the Argentinians now, I feel like would want to go back to Argentina and at least play a season in Argentina, or at least that's what it feels like now. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Oh, here, look. Let me show you guys this thing of like free agent that's gonna be, or these are all the players that are gonna be free agents. At the end of 2025, or like at the in the summertime of 2025. We have like players like Jonathan David. We have Leroy Sané, Mitchell, Gomez, Bascoli or Bascagli. Kevin De Bruyne is supposedly going to Napoli. We have Messi here because he hasn't even renewed yet. CJ Riley. Like these are big name players, guys. Neymar still on here. We have Kyle Walker Peters, Thomas Partey, who's 31. Pasalic, Meret, the goalkeeper. Bro, we need a goalkeeper. Let's just sign Meret, bro. Alex Meret. He's valued at 12 mil. We got Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, and Ronaldo on the same team. That would be insane. We have, dude, Marco Verratti. Yo, hold on. This is a shout. This is a shout right here. Can we consider Marco Verratti? He's only 32. And he's playing in the Saudi, or he's playing in Qatar. This guy's playing in Qatar. He's 32, bro. This guy at least has 5 years on him. We need to sign Verratti, bro. What are his stats right now? Get this ad off my screen. He went to freaking the South, or he went to Qatar for 45 mil. This season he's played 19 games, 13 in the, or let's just say 16 games in the league, 4 goals, 4 assists, about 1,400 minutes. Yo, I think we need to sign Verratti, bro. Honestly, let's sign Verratti. We need to get Mas on Verratti, bro. We need to get Verratti. And you know what's crazy? If don't pay attention to any of those ads, please. Then we have Reinaldo from Atletico Madrid as well. Lacazette. Dude, Lacazette at 34. Why are we not signing Lacazette? Lacazette, 34. He has what? He has maybe 3 years on him. Or 2 years at minimum. We could definitely get it for 2 years. We can get it for 2 years and that's it. We have Walter Benitez. We need a goalkeeper. Let's get Walter Benitez. 32 years old. He can play until he's 40 with us. And then, I don't know, we have this Brazilian goalkeeper. Why not? He plays for Vasco da Gama. Verratti is so good. Benjamin says 3-man midfield with Busi, Verratti, and Bright. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Bro, put me on the board, man. Make me an owner. Is Ashende playing most of the first half as a striker? Did you notice? Yeah, he always plays as like an inside forward. I mean, like he does play like wide, but then when we do get forward, he goes centrally and he gets into the box. He does very, very well. I like the way he plays. I like Verratti. He is linked. He's linked up well with Messi at PSG. Dude, I don't know. Nobody's talking about this stuff, man. This is where the real deals are supposed to be happening. Going on transfer market, looking at whose contract is expiring. This is real scouting, guys. Also, I've mentioned this before. Bro, fucking Jamie Vardy. I know he's not going to come to the MLS. I think he's actually rumored to join Wrexham and like Ryan Reynolds and all that shit in Wales and whatever. But this would be a fucking sick signing. I think Jamie Vardy would be an insane signing. And we need a freaking striker. So might as well, right? Dude, what is with all these ads, man? That's so annoying. Ledesma. We have Edson Alvarez. Guys, we're lacking, bro. We're slacking. We're really slacking. How much are they paying him? He might be even more than Messi. Who? Verratti? Verratti is being paid. Hold on, let me pull this up like this. Verratti's being paid. Where does it tell us that? It just says his market value is 10 mil. Don't know how much he's making. I don't know. There's probably a website that tells you how much he's making, but I don't think it tells you here. Otamendi? I don't even... Dude, when does Otamendi's thing expire? Otamendi. His contract expires... Oh, it's also June, so I don't know. I didn't even see his name. He's valued at 1 million. It expires at the end of this month. It doesn't look like he's going to be extending. I didn't hear anything about him retiring. He's currently playing for the national team. Dude, I think is Otamendi the move? I think, bro, he's played 4,400 minutes this season. He played 12 games of Champions League football. He got an assist. He played 1,000 minutes there. He played 31 games in the Liga Portugal. 6 goals, 3 assists as a center back. 6 goals and 3 assists as a center back. He played in the Allianz Cup, in the Taça de Portugal. Dude, this guy played 50 games this season. Holy shit. We need to sign this guy. We need to sign Otamendi. Dude, Otamendi. Put Otamendi with either Martinez, put Otamendi with Maxi Falcon, with Noah Allen. Bro, I'm telling you. I just don't know how much he's going to want to get paid. I hear something, but I don't know what it is. I think it's the rain outside. Anyway. Yeah, we need to sign Otamendi. I think we need to sign Otamendi. We need to sign Verratti, even though they're both old. Oh, cool. Says Verratti's on 45 mil a season. Oh my gosh. Imagine going from 45 mil a season to less than a mil in MLS. He'd be like, why am I going there? Why am I going to the MLS? You could play Suarez as a 10. Comes down, Messi helps. I mean, yeah. Yeah, we've talked about that before. We've talked about the many different ways that Suarez can incorporate into the team. Otamendi's too slow? Nah, bro. Not for the MLS. Upcoach says he's a workhorse? Absolutely. There's news going around that both matches of Inter Miami are fixed by FIFA to hype up the World Cup. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's definitely real. Kyle Walker have links with Inter Miami. Great defenders. No, Kyle Walker is I think he's going to Milan, I'm pretty sure. Or I don't think anybody wants him at this point. I don't know. Because of his discipline issues or whatever. He's not wanted by Man City. And I don't know if Milan want him. But yeah, no, I just thought that was fun. I thought that was just be something fun to personally or to look into. I mean, Modric is still is still a name floating around in the air. I don't know if another European team would want him. And if he does continue to play, because he didn't say he was retiring. At least I didn't read anything saying that he was retiring. What I understood is that he's just stopped. He's just gonna not play for Real Madrid anymore. So I don't know. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, Modric doesn't really make sense to me though for Inter Miami, because we have so many younger midfielders, and it doesn't really. It's we're not even. I don't know. It's. I don't think it's worth benching somebody like Bright or Segovia or Kremaski for Modric, which I know is crazy to say, right? But at the end of the day, you do want to develop these younger players, and you don't want to just have an entire team of 30 5 and up year olds. You know what I'm saying? But apparently AC Milan is after Madrid. Apparently, says Francisco. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it's a lot of names floating around. Obviously, we just had a little bit of fun there, right? Like, obviously, none of that was like news. I just wanted to clarify that to everybody watching. That was not. I'm not saying that those players are coming, or anything like that. That was just us just bringing up names, familiar names, known players that contracts are expiring at the end of the season. Even though I genuinely believe that Otamendi could do absolute bits here in the MLS with Inter Miami. Um, and with what's it called? It sucks that we missed out on Di Maria. I thought that would have been a really, really cool move, but he's obviously with Rosario Central. I think that with Brian Rodriguez, if we bring him in, I think he'll be sick. I think he'll do very well here if he gets the minutes. Like if he gets the proper amount of minutes, because like I said, I don't think he's gonna come here to ride the bench or be the backup to Suarez or be the backup to like Velasco or whoever's gonna be on the wing. I think like if he's gonna come, like he's gonna want a starting position, and if that's the case, then Mascherano is gonna have to make some tough decisions because you're not gonna be able to play Velasco on the wing anymore. You're gonna have to play Brian and let's say Ashende on the wing. And then Suarez and Messi are going to play up top. And then are you going to be playing Velasco in the midfield with Bushi? Are you going to be playing Bright with Bushi? Are you going to be playing Benja and Bushi again? Because Bushi's not going to get benched. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how Inter Miami approach it. But I'm excited. Whoever we do end up bringing in, I'm going to be excited to get to know them, to see what they can bring to the table, to this team, and hopefully it's just somebody who is very energetic, who is very passionate, who has just high work rate, who is a lot of will and determination to do a lot for this club and to play for the badge, play to win games, give it their all, and be another fan favorite. We want another fan favorite here in who isn't like a big name player like Messi or Suarez or things like that. But whoever it is, hopefully they can be really, really good for this team. But anyways, guys, that's going to wrap things up. I honestly went on a lot longer than I thought I'd go. I thought I'd only be here for like 30 minutes or so. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're going to wrap things up here. It was just a little bit of fun. We talked about Ryan Rodriguez, which is actual news. We talked a little bit about our expectations for a Club World Cup and what to expect, how we think the team is going to do, what do we want the team to do in this tournament. And then we had some fun in the end talking about some players who could potentially be joining Inter Miami or who are on the verge of ending their contract this summer that we could potentially bring in. And we had some fun with that, which is also which I appreciate you guys for participating in that as well. Thank you guys for tuning into this live stream. Thank you guys for supporting and liking and subbing and sharing and all that fun stuff. You guys are amazing. Make sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel. Or make sure to hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss the time I go live. The next time I go live is going to be on Wednesday. We're going to be previewing the Argentina game versus Chile. That's going to be happening at 9 p.m. I'll also do a watch along for that game as well. It's going to be late, so if you're interested in that, stay tuned. You're going to see me, being very, very passionate about Argentina. So if you want to be a part of the watch along, just tune in on Wednesday. I'll give you guys more information on that sort of thing. But like I said, guys, I'll see you guys then. Thank you for being a part of the stream, and I hope you guys have a great day. Val Miami. Mira, bobo.